Hey there everyone, welcome back to Scott's Thoughts and Stuff. We never have to feel alone. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe and warm. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there and that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. So yeah, there's been a topic I've been wanting to talk about and address and share my views on. And so I hope you come along on this, yeah, I'm at Ojibwe here, come along on this nature walk with me and enjoy nature, and I hope you enjoy the words and thoughts I need to share. So let's get to it. Hey there everyone. So yes, there's been a video I've been wanting to do for quite some time now, and had an experience of my own that kind of opened my eyes up to the situation, and it's quite disturbing. And try not to get too emotional, like angry and boisterous about stuff, and try to watch my language and stuff on this channel, but frankly I'm quite angry and pissed off and sick to my stomach about the whole situation, and just wanted to share my thoughts on stuff and the things that are happening in our society here. Don't know how it's got so broken. So I was at a school doing a workshop, and I showed up at the school and needed to use the washroom. So I asked which washroom I could use, and they said, and I didn't realize right at that moment what was actually happening at that moment. But they said it doesn't matter, you can use whatever bathroom you wanted. So I'm waiting. We're waiting in a room for her to be called in to start talking to the kids and stuff like that. And I'm looking at the posters and stuff up in this room, and as you can see at the beginning of this video, there's a poster with this transgender symbolism on it, and I'm looking over this thing, and it's talking about gays and lesbians and transsexuals and inclusiveness and whatnot, and I'm like, I'm not okay with this. I'm really not okay with this. Like, so I went back into the hall and looked over where the bathroom was that I had just used, and re-looked back at it, and there was the sign. It was a transgender bathroom. Now, like I said, I'm angry. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm pissed off. And I've been watching a lot of other channels addressing this subject, and it's not okay when a situation happens and there's a letter written to the school addressing the situation. That, I guess what had happened is, it was a little girl. She went into a bathroom and ended up seeing a men's genitalia in the bathroom. So the parent wrote a letter to the school, and the school replies back to the letter, maybe it's this parent's fault that they're not teaching tolerance. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, my tolerance has run out. And like I said before, I don't know how society got so broken. How did we end up, according to the media, mainstream media, that now there are like what, 56 different genders. It's pretty messed up. I don't know about you, but growing up, it was hard enough for me to identify with my own gender. I remember hearing stories about my dad or my parents saying that they wished I was a girl when I was born. I grew up pretty confused, you know? You talk about how this generation or whatnot, generations going probably back farther than this generation, dealing with suicide and depression and all this stuff that's going on, and kids have enough to deal with. They have enough on their plate as it is. They're confused enough about their selves and identifying with themselves, like I had in the past. And now throwing in the fact that now there's what, 56 or whatever, probably growing now, new genders or additional genders, and it's ludicrous. It's totally ludicrous. I'm angry. I wanted to get out here in nature and try to decompress a little bit, try to calm down a little bit. But I don't want to calm down. And I'm watching videos and stuff on other channels about parents speaking out against this, and I'm like, good on them. Good on them. Because this is not okay. You talk about child abuse, you know, talking about people going to the extremes. Well, this is, I do my best not to feed into this liberal narrative. And I try not to get too political on my channel. I try not to offend people. I try not to, do that. And there's going to be people that are going to agree with me, and there's going to be people who disagree with me. But I've talked about diversity also being important. If my opinion is unpopular to others, then so be it. I don't understand how now in the schools, little boys and little girls are not being addressed as little boys and little girls. I don't understand how society at large has become so broken and corrupt. I don't understand. Oh, we got a deer over here. How I'm not even looking at this. Here, let's try to fix. Can I fix this now? No, it's already recording. I don't understand how making life more complicated for anyone on this freaking rock to be able to function or to identify with themselves when there's a constant stream of separation of oh my God, it's insane. I don't understand. Why does life have to be so hard? Why does making a decision about your own gender have to be so hard? Why does everything in the mainstream media feeding everyone have to be so negative all the time? You used to be able to turn on the news and at least see some kind of positive stuff. And now you learn on the news. We don't even watch TV, right? I watch stuff on videos on here on YouTube to be informed of what's actually going on. And at least maybe I'll get some kind of the idea of what the truth is. But people shouldn't have to go and make a video about an issue that doesn't have to be. Why can't a man just be a man, or a woman just be a woman, or a boy be a little boy, or a girl be a little girl anymore? I knew that they're really pushing this transgender narrative in the States. And I'm right here in Ontario, and I walk into a school, and they're doing the same here as well. I'm not saying it's okay for them to be doing anything in like that in the States, but it's not okay for them to be doing anywhere. Life's already complicated enough. You don't have to continue making life harder and more stressful and unmanageable. You can't even manage your... It took me 38 years to start making sense of my life. Starting to make better life choices. Starting to, just the beginning to start to identify with myself as an individual. I wasn't a bad person, I was a sick person. I don't understand how they expect these children to grow up not being able to identify with their own genders. That it's okay to go into a public bathroom or bathroom in a school or wherever the hell it is and see an opposite gender and that just be the norm. That's not normal. It's not okay. I don't have an issue with the LGBT community as a whole. There's aspects of my own sexuality that if I was to say that I had a problem with that community, that I would be a hypocrite myself. And I refuse to be a hypocrite. Just 1 second. Hello. Have a great day. You're welcome. I refuse to be that hypocrite. And it would be wrong for me not to have all these emotions and feelings and stuff all pent up inside myself without having some kind of outlet to be able to express myself. Everyone else home where I'm at, they don't seem to have an issue with this, and I'm trying to keep my cool and trying not to lose my stuff. I needed to get out of the house. I needed to talk about this. It's important. It's an important issue that needs to be addressed. When I see people speaking out against it, I'm proud of that. People are waking up and noticing that what's going on has been going on underneath their noses for so long. They're finally waking up to the realization that there's things that are just so broken. I don't like living in this society where you gotta be politically correct. Well, I'm not one of the last people on the planet that's politically correct. And I think the more and more that people wake up, there's going to be a lot more people that are going to be speaking out. A lot more people that are going to be able to voice their opinions without feeling like they're going to be ostracized by everyone else on the planet. Or most people. I lived my whole life feeling ostracized by everyone. And I'm done. If I'm going to be done, that means I'm going to speak out. I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to use my words. I'm going to use my actions. I'm going to do my best to get what I believe to be my own truth about this situation out to other people. If that makes me a truther, then hell yeah, I'm a truther. I don't understand how things have gotten so out of sorts and unmanageable that people just can't be their own individual just for that individual. They gotta be everyone else for everyone else, and they can't be themselves. Oh my God. I'm grateful that I have this opportunity to share with you guys. Like, I want to know what you guys' thoughts on this is too, because this is my primary reason for my channel, to be able to reach out to people and be able to say, okay, what are your thoughts on this? Because that's important. I can share my views, I can share my thoughts on different stuff and my experiences, but your thoughts and your experiences are just as important as my own. I know I can't be the only one out there that has an issue with this. I know I'm not the only person that, you know, I currently don't have little ones. Well, I have grandchildren, and I think a couple of my, like, I know a couple of my kids are still in school, but my grandkids are gonna grow up their whole lives in a society where they don't know who the hell their selves as an individual are. And I'm angry about that. I'm pissed off. You shouldn't be afraid to send your kids to school because they're gonna see another gender in the bathroom. You can't go to the malls probably soon without, you know, I know there was a chain of grocery stores that were trying to open up a transgender bathroom, and they look how much backlash they got. Well, what's happening? If a big outlet store like that is getting that much backlash about these transgender bathrooms, how the hell have they ended up in our schools? Like, does that make sense to anyone else? Does that make sense to I'm upset. This is why I know it's important that I hear your feedback. What's going on? What's going on in society? What's going on in people's minds? What are people's opinions in their own homes? What are the teachers' opinions about the situation? Are the teachers just not talking because if they talk, that makes their opinion unpopular, so they're going to be ostracized? That's pretty much, I believe that that's what's happening. People don't want to speak out against the establishment because they're going to get they're going to get fired, or they're going to get ostracized, or they're going to get worse. There's so much wrong with this. There's so much. You shouldn't be able to be afraid to send your kids to school. Your kids shouldn't be afraid to go to school. You know what? That's even a more important topic here. Your kids should not be afraid to go to school because they don't want to go into a bathroom, and they're going to be in an environment where they're going to have people come in and try to convert. I think that's what it is. They're trying to convert all these young minds to an ideology that is just a popular belief of the mainstream media. I'm not okay with that. A kid's supposed to be able to go to school to learn how to spell, to learn their shapes and colors, to be able to learn how to be in society, or learn how to be more social in a larger setting than just in the family unit, right? You're sending your kids to school and they're afraid to be themselves, to express themselves openly. Like teachers can't even address little boys and little girls as little boys and little girls anymore. Like, that's messed up. It affects everything. It affects the way people see themselves. It changes the whole root of a society where, a man, I don't know. I'm not a homophobe. I'm not against the LGBT. I'm not any of that. But maybe that's just an issue that a person maybe in their later in life can make that own decisions for themselves. It shouldn't be forced upon them as soon as they end up in the school system. I'm so angry about the situation. I try to keep my channel light. I try to just keep things calm and relaxed. But this is an issue that needs to be addressed by more people. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about more. More parents needs to go into the schools and say, hey, this isn't okay. And I believe we're going to see more and more of that. And I really hope so. I really hope that more and more people speak out against this, because it's ludicrous and damaging. They're damaging all these young minds. They're damaging the minds of whoever's feeding into this BS. It's not okay for people to be afraid to be themselves, afraid to walk down the street and say, hey, ma'am, may I help you with your groceries? It's not okay. So that's why it's important that I hope to get some feedback from you guys on this topic. Whatever topic you want me to address, I'll address. But I think this is the most pressing issue right now in society at large. not being able to just be your own individual because you're a male or a female. You can just go out to like-minded areas or places of like-minded people and be yourself. Be your own individual. Be whoever you identify with. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that at all. Whatever your lifestyle is, whatever your belief system is, whatever your core belief systems are, be yourself in those environments, in those settings, with like-minded people of your own. It is not okay to push upon and enforce an idealistic views on young impressionable minds that are already confused enough about what society is, who they are as an individual, who's a man, who's a woman. It affects who people can trust. When you have a feeling of untrusting, then you can't function. So, do it again. It's important that people know how to function in society as their own individual. Life is confusing enough. I'm an addict because I didn't know how to identify with myself. I didn't think myself was okay. I thought there was something fundamentally wrong with me. What's this generation going to look like when they can't identify their own gender? And I'm sure there's so much other stuff too. I used because I didn't like the feelings that were inside me. I didn't know how to process any information. I didn't know where all my feelings or my actions or all that were derived from. I didn't understand why I was doing what I was doing. I didn't understand why I was treating the people I like how I treated people. And now we have this generation that's already confused enough about themselves and society. And it's not alright. Hey guys. Hi. Oh, hi.
You're looking for a deer?
I've seen a deer, yes. I'm making a video. Have a great day. It's good to see little ones out in nature. Out on an adventure with their mom or caregiver. Yeah, who's mommy, who's daddy? Well, who plays which role? I have a lot of issues with society and this issue. Oh man. I wanted to come out here and I'm a little calmer than I was. Just out in nature. Doing my best to express my feelings. I have, like I said, I got grandchildren that are gonna grow up in a society that they don't know who or what to identify with. And I'm angry about that. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place to act act out on what you believe or what lifestyle you choose to live. But it's not alright when you go and start to impress on these young, impressionable minds that this is the norm. It's not okay. I really hope to hear back some feedback on this video. I need to know that I'm not alone in my own head, that this is not okay. I can't wrap my head around the fact that this is what society has become. I don't like the fact that when my grandchildren grow up, or even my children now at these ages, are now exposed to these events, to this reality, how warped it is, how craziness is the norm. I can't understand why there's so much of a negative narrative. They try to pan it off as being tolerant or being of a positive nature. It is so for people to be able to identify whatever the hell they want to identify with. I really need to know that I'm not alone. Because right now I'm feeling alone with this issue at home. I can't express myself freely about this without them having a different point of view. I do. I say it's not okay. How messed up it is. Man. Inclusiveness. You know, I think inclusiveness is important, but inclusiveness it has to have some kind of norm, and right now things are not normal. You know, inclusiveness, acceptance. I accept that there's other people out there to identify other ways. And that's not going to change. I understand that. Yeah, I accept that people have things that they want to express to the world. I get it. What I don't get is how warped people's beliefs of what the norm is. Like it's been so corrupted. A little boy should be a little boy, a little girl should be a little girl. And little boys and little girls are going to have preferences. Some little boys are going to play with Barbie. Some little girls are going to play with trucks. And I think that's great. But they should also be able to grow up and make their own decisions about who they are as an individual. I also believe that every person has male characteristics and female characteristics. But where the hell did 58, 56 genders come from? And who dictates that to everyone? I should get a list. The official list of these, all of these other genders. It's insane. Someone here taking some pictures. 1 second. Pardon me. Thank you. Hello. It's really nice out here today. So I needed to get out here. I needed to clear my head as much as I can. Try to decompress as much as I can. I don't have to feed into this BS, but it's also important that I have an outlet to be able to express my thoughts. I need to be able to emote where I'm at up here, how crazy I think society is out there. You know, what are families indoctrinating into their own children's minds? What are the teachers thinking? What are the faculties of these schools and as a whole thinking? There's so much broken. I don't turn on the news on TV anyway, because all I know is I'm going to see negative. They try to make this issue look like it's a positive, and it's really not. It is really, really not okay. It's not okay for them to have transgender people reading stories, transgender stories, in the classrooms, in the schools, to these young impressionable minds. That is the norm. And that is infuriating. And covering it on the news, that stuff's on the news. Right in your faces. Inclusiveness. It's okay to identify as a ham sandwich. Just for today, though. You give me something else later. On. Second. Oh, pickers. Oh, I'm glad I'm wearing my hoodie. Oh, man. So, yeah. I really hope that You know, and I don't want these comments to be one-sided, right? I want comments that are for and against, but I also would like to have comments that explain why or why not they accept this. Got an deer right in front of me. I wish I could have turned the camera around for you guys, but I was already filming. Awesome. Sorry, guys. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. I don't know what the reason for this issue is happening. Humanity is devolving as quickly as it is. Just creating more separatism. Man. There's so much broken about society. I really do my best to see the positive in things. I really, really do. I try to turn every negative into a positive. Well, I'm really having a hard time with this. I cannot see a positive in this situation. I see destruction. I see chaos. I see abuse. And all these young minds that are not even going to be able to identify with their own genders. That they are a boy, they are a girl. I didn't have this issue. I did not have this issue growing up. I did not have an issue with this. I had internal struggles, but I did not have society telling me that I was not who I was. Or I had a choice to be either one. I needed to make decisions later in my life that would mold me into the person that I am today, or who I was later on growing up. That made me into the person I am today. I had to make my own conscious decisions. And this is not what's happening today in the youth. One second. Hello. Let's see if there's any turtles out. You guys can see the turtles up if there was a turtle. So I'm glad I got out here in nature. I'm glad I was able to make this video for you guys. I'm looking forward to the comments. And you know what? If you want to, and share this video. Make this video viral. Get this message out. And talk to your schools. Talk to the schools that, or just go into your schools and see about these bathrooms. You know, I'm not gonna tell you to take any, maybe I should say take action. Take action. And let me know if these signs are in your schools or in your malls or whatnot.
Behind me, please.
I want to know what's going on in your communities. And that's a big backbone of this channel as well, is about community. What's happening in your community? What's happening in your immediate vicinity, in your town, in your country, in your wherever you are at? What has the norm become there? really makes my stomach hurt. It's sick to my stomach. It really does. You know, and just how beginning of my video was talking about that letter, how they said it was the parents' fault for not instilling tolerance and everything in their own child. It was the parents' fault. How about someone's taking responsibility for what they're doing? How about someone steps up and becomes accountable for what's going on? I have so much inside myself building up about this situation. The more and more that stuff comes out, the more and more I'll keep speaking out about this. Oh, you know, if you enjoy this video, or you do not enjoy this video, or agree with my thoughts on this topic, let me know. Let me know what your beliefs are, what your core belief systems are on this subject, on this transgender agenda. And right now I'm just focusing on the schools. But if your experience has to do with something other than this happening in the schools, then I'd like to know too. So I'm about to wrap up the video here. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there and the notification bell. And share this video on other social media. And I hope you're all doing well and staying safe and warm. And I'll do my best to get another video out to you very soon. Have a wonderful day.